How in God's... How the fuck does this work? Do we do it? Holy shit, I have no idea. Does it have to be in landscape? Why? Oh, terrible with this lighting. Holy shit. Well, I guess we're rolling with it. Do I have to look like this? Can I not, like... What if I, like... What if I, like, What if I turn the lights down? Could I do that? That might work. 500 people that quickly, huh? 800 people. Cool, that's great, cool. Hold on, wait, hold on. I'm gonna turn the lights down just a little bit, okay? All right, listen up. Yeah. Just a little bit, okay? Here, let's get some natural lighting in here. There we go, okay, there we go. There. All right, how are we doing? Oh, that's better. There we go, that's better. Holy shit. Hey there. That's a little bit better. Well, I'm probably not going to be able to keep up with chat that well. Is this being hosted on the site? How do you respond to claims that the Rothschilds funded Marx? They did. Stay mad. Hold on, I have another phone. Oh my God. Thank you for the donations. Jesus Christ, guys. Just so you know, I'm not going to be able to respond to donations that well on account of me being on my phone. Hey, where are you? Dude, I'm in my house. All my computer shit is torn apart though. I'm not just streaming to save my boredom though, because I did want to talk about some stuff. It's not on the website? Oh, darn. I wonder if that can be fixed. Hyan, are you watching right now? Can you manually host it? Like manually host the... You know how to do it. I believe in you. Yeah. Is there any point in becoming a bread tumor if only 16? Yeah, sure, why not? Isn't Rose Wrist like 16 or something like that? Already did? Cool, okay, it'll happen eventually then. They're lying? Are they lying? Can I stop looking at YouTube chat? Am I looking at the website chat now? Are we here? Can we do it? Marco. Holy shit, we did it, team. Jesus Christ, that's nice to see. My God. All right, YouTube chat. I'm not paying attention to you anymore. Get the fuck out of here. Did you really think, because the circumstances had changed, that you would be on top this time? No. I will pay less attention to you than ever before. Oh, shit. Well, nope. I take that back. I was looking at v.gg on the other phone, on Hyena's phone, and I just accidentally clicked the lock screen. So nope, we're back with YouTube chat. Sorry, I can't see you, v.gg. Hey, YouTube chat, remember what I just said a minute ago? I'm really sorry about that. Listen, I didn't mean it, okay? I was just... it was an artistic flourish. I didn't mean to, besmirch you in any way, shape, or form. I'm so sorry. Man, I want to talk about stuff, but, like, I can't make a YouTube segment out of this. I look like dog shit, like, without the professional lighting, professional lighting. And I don't really know how I'm supposed to hold my phone. Like, my finger keeps blocking the camera. Does this work? I don't know. I hear movement. Movement. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, here's my passcode.
Oh yeah? You're slipping it to me like this is a fucking spy movie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You should know it by heart. Again, I'm offended you don't know the day we started talking. What do you want?
Hyena's passcode is the date that they and I started talking. It's very gay. Because I'm straight, I don't remember. He wrote it in, like, invisible ink. What? Cool. All right, we did it. We're back with you, website chat. Hello. All right, YouTube chat. Shut the fuck up. This was never about you. I take back what I said about taking back what I said. Okay, you were terrible from the start. You were always bad. You were always terrible. Okay, we're back. Whew. I don't know how I'm supposed to hold both of you. Is there like a way I can do this? Fuck me, this is irritating. What if I wait? Hold on. I've got a toolbox. Listen, stick with me for a second, folks. Okay, there's a purpose to all of this. Okay. Nope. We almost got this. Okay, hold on. Don't you get too goddamn close to me. What if I threaded the cable? I'm a fucking genius. Holy shit. What if I threaded the cable? Oh my god. Holy sh... Oh my god. This is unbelievable. Also, notice how much more my fucking voice echoes in this room when I don't have the... Yeah? Oh god, please don't add to the complexity of this. Oh, you're decreasing the complexity. Oh!
Or like lizards. Also, don't show me the pizza.
Why would I show you? Oh my god.
Also, this if you want a second one.
No, this is fine. Perfect. We did it, team. We did it. Nice. You're all so cute waiting for me like that. Jeez. Okay, wait. Can I really not? Orientation is locked? Wait, can you guys see me when I do this? Oh, no, that's the other way. What the fuck? Yeah, but I'm sideways? Oh my god, that's so fucking annoying. How do you change that? Share, mute microphone. I don't know. I have no idea. Ugh. Okay, I think we did it. I think we finally arrived. Is it weird seeing my face blown up like this? You know? Is this a good volume to talk at? See my face like this close? I feel like really ugly, really unattractive right now. There we go. There we go. We're helping. We're fixing. There we go. It's a little bit better. Oof. Anyway, I wanted to talk here. Okay, we'll do it, okay? And by the way, while donations are obviously always appreciated and never turned down, I can't really respond to donos very reliably right now. So if you want to donate, you will be doing it exclusively through your kindness and generosity. Why do you look sweaty? It's really, really warm in here. The floodlights are still on, and we need them to be on, or you can't see me that well. Anyway, I wanted to talk with you guys. So, for those of you who don't know, the reason why I'm streaming like this right now is because we're switching rooms. We have a new roommate coming in, Ray Conyer, who has spoken on stream, I think, before. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Conyer came over before. Conyer has physically appeared in my studio before during stream. I'm positive of this. That happened, right? Yeah. Well, anyway. They're coming over, and we're moving rooms, and we're doing a whole switch around thing. And while we were at it, we thought we'd repaint a little bit, and honestly, the renovations got a little bit out of control, one of which was switching the internet service we use to fiber. And now, unfortunately, we're waiting on that service to get installed, which might take a little while. So this... That'll probably stop soon. So anyway, I hate this. Can you shut the fuck up? Okay. So, as I was saying, honestly, the renovations kind of got out of control, and we're waiting on internet installation right now. And unfortunately, the fiber installation is going to take a little longer than I had hoped. This is not going to be the last phone stream you guys see. I'm afraid it's going to be no content on this channel for a couple of days, or if there is content, it'll literally just be me recording something with a phone. I'm sorry about that. I know that's dumb. If I had planned a little bit better, I would have had more of a backlog of content, but unfortunately, I didn't, and that's life. But anyway, we can still do this, and we can do TikTok. We'll do TikTok content, okay? You can do full edited TikTok content with nothing but your phone. We'll find a way to make it work, okay, folks? We'll find a way to make it work. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is TikTok Vosh coming in hot. Anyway, honestly, I'm a insatiable attention whore, and I'm also a live streamer professionally, kind of by definition. And I missed you guys, and I love you all so much. I can't believe that 10 minutes into an impromptu phone stream, we have 3,000 people watching. That's legitimately insane. And I thought that, it'd be nice to cover some of the political goings on that we've been having. And I don't know if I can really make a segment out of this, but man, anyone had any Goya beans lately? Anyone contributed to that particular enterprise? No? Yeah. Man, where do I even begin on this? Holy shit. Trump, man. I I don't talk about Trump that often on this channel because it feels circle jerky. Most of the people who watch my content are left leaning. What am I going to do? Tell you Trump bad, Orange Man bad? Like okay, all right, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. Really hitting you with that fresh new information. And sometimes, I'll talk about Trump if I'm arguing with MAGA hat types, but for the most part, it just feels a little bit redundant. Most of my arguments with regards to electoralism have been about the only time I started talking about Trump really was when Biden won out over Bernie, and I realized that I would have to, make a case for Biden, and I think I've done that. And I'm going to continue to do that, and I know it makes people angry, and I love making people angry. Riding with Biden. Am I streaming with data right now? Maybe. Um, but anger aside, it is astonishing to me how bad Trump has gotten. So I'll just be open with it. With regards to Trump, oh, my brother's watching. Hey, Sean. Just a phone stream tonight. With regards to Trump, I am astonished by how quickly and how severely things worsened. I've said this, and I'll say it again. I think this is important. Trump is going to attempt a coup in the upcoming election. But when people think of an attempted coup, they think of like he'll mobilize the military to overthrow. That's not what's going to happen. That's the sort of coup that happens in countries with weaker civil societies, with weaker institutions. We have strong institutions in this country, as flawed as this country is. And for that reason, that's not how it will take place. That's not the character of this attempted coup. A coup that we will see is one of a severe attempt to delegitimize the results of the election, accompanied with overt conspiracism with regards to the means by which Trump has been ousted, in an attempt to motivate a citizen coup, or at the very least to ensure that there will forever be a core of Trump supporters who will never meaningfully or in good faith participate in the political system again. The goal essentially is to build or cement an already existing cult. I know this sounds a little bit hyperbolic, but man, Trump Trump delegitimized the results of an election that he won. Trump won over Hillary, not the popular vote, but he won electorally, and then said 3 million illegal immigrants voted. A completely false claim that had he lost, he would have used as a justification for his loss. Even after he won, he still couldn't help himself. Think of what he'll do when he loses. Here's what's happened in just the past few days. Trump has ordered hospitals no longer report COVID-19 information to the CDC. Holy shit. That's why we got mad at China. That is the reason we got mad at China, because we accused them of underreporting their COVID-19 cases. He just did it. He admitted to slowing down testing at the Tulsa rally. He has now openly He's defunded the CDC. He is openly just ordered hospitals to no longer. Oh, but don't worry, folks. That information is still being collected. It's being collected and sent to a Trump-controlled, no-bid government contract private organization that'll be recording COVID-19 data. Don't worry, don't worry. The information's not going nowhere. Trump just made it so it goes to a company under his administration's control that has no public oversight. Don't worry. Okay, it's fine. The Goya bean shit seems funny because it is funny, but I think we should reflect on the fact that we've set a very deeply troubling precedent. Maybe not so much a precedent, maybe we've just cemented something that's already been the case for a long time. First of all, Goya beans are worse than S&M beans. Sorry if I just did a colonialism. I'm so sorry, folks. It's true. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, folks. S&M beans are better. They just are. I'm sorry. Are you white? I don't see what that has to do with the answer to the question. Can you guys see the chat popping up on the screen, or is that just me? Can you see the chat covering my face? No, you can't? Okay, that's good, that's good. That's good. Happy to hear that. The Goya bean stuff. Here essentially is what happened. CEO of Goya said, MAGA, 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 MAGA. And the entire Republican Party has lost their minds. Apparently, there are some stores that are actively limiting how much Goya product they'll sell to any individual because Republicans are racing to the stores to buy it. You know, Ted Cruz went on and said that leftists who don't buy from Goya are racist and erasing Hispanic identity. You know, Ivanka Trump like posed with a can of beans. This is really happening in real life. The first lady posing with a can of beans. And then Trump just the other day, or was this today? I can't keep track of time anymore. Trump had a bunch of Goya products lined up on top of his desk in the Oval Office, giving 2 thumbs up while smiling. So all you have to do as a CEO is praise Trump, and you will get advertising for your product from the Oval Office. The highest possible... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. My bad. Not Ivanka isn't the first lady. Trump just wishes Ivanka was the first lady. My bad. Yeah, not the first lady. Only a hopeful for Trump. My bad. Anyway, all you have to do is now is praise the president, and he'll give you free advertising from the Oval Office. That's insane to me. I mean, we've all seen like the cyberpunk dystopian stories where you hear like the presidential broadcast starts and it's like, "Good evening, my fellow Americans. You know, the Martian slave revolt has been suppressed, and go get a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry," or something like that. You know, it's a joke like, haha, wow, the public office has been corrupted by financial incentives. Wow, what a phenomenal social commentary. This is literally happening. It just happened. It just happened. It happened so blatantly. The premise of a dystopia just happened in front of us. Like how do we satirize this? Like, what are we, at this point, this is one of the reasons why I respect George Orwell. George Orwell, I think, understood that fascism is so incoherent that in order to satirize it, or in order to make like meaningful commentary on it that doesn't immediately become the real thing that happens next, you have to go so far. So when Orwell is doing like, okay, let's satirize a dystopian society, it's like as far off as you can conceive. It's like they're abolishing the orgasm. Scientists are investigating ways to cause higher degrees of pain for the specific purpose for everyone, even the top officials. Like and he's right. He's right about everything, of course. Go read 1984. Don't do what everyone else does, which is where you read fucking Spark Notes, okay, on 1984. This is most people's engagement with 1984, okay? They see something they don't like happening, and then they scream and shit themselves and say, this is just like 1984. Don't be one of those people, okay? 1984, in spite of the fact that it is one of the most misused texts in all of public discourse, is without a doubt, one of the best pieces of literature when it comes to forming a understanding, like politically, of I think like the psychosis of political engagement. And we are all psychotic in a way. Anyone who commits themselves to being familiar with like politics has to be in some way, shape, or form. Like there has to be some sort of dented massive bone or a faulty, neural receptor. There's something there. Anyway, it's a wonderful book. And the problem is that we can't satirize this with this reality. It as long as what is happening is beyond what you could God, in 2017, if you had said, even in a left-leaning circle, there's going to be a worldwide pandemic and our president is going to deny that it happened, and then once it does happen undeniably, he's going to blame the Democrats, and then when that doesn't work, he's just going to pretend it doesn't exist by shutting down testing. If we had said that at that time, if we had made that claim, I think most left-leaning people in this country would have gone like, okay, dude, like, Trump's bad, you know? We would say like, dude, Trump is going to announce at a political rally that he shut down testing just to make his poll numbers go up, and the audience will applaud. Back in 2017, even the left leaning people would be like, okay, dude, like, all right, okay, oh, okay, I get it, Orange Man bad, I get it, but then it all happens. He said it himself. He could shoot a guy down on Main Street. Nobody would care. And he was right. He was right the entire time. And we should have listened to him. Honestly. One of the greatest weapons you have against a political opponent is the ability to satirize them. And by making himself impossible to satirize, Trump has armored himself in a way that other political candidates haven't. It's one of the reasons why I've moved off this belief that a more competent fascist could come down the line to replace Trump. I actually don't think so. I think Trump's incompetence is what allows him to get away with the stuff he does. The more I think about it, the more I think it's true. A self-serious person, a man postured as an intellectual, this person would be eaten alive for the stuff that Trump does. But Trump's overt incompetence, his goofiness, his inability to take any of this seriously, this insulates him in a way, I think, from serious criticism. It's like what Sartre said in his book, The Jew and the Anti-Semite. Or was it The Anti-Semite and the Jew? It was something along the lines of this. If I had my computer, I could just look up the quote. It was something along the lines of, and the anti-Semite loves to play with words because he knows he need not abide by their rules, while his opponent may. The anti-Semite delights in bad faith conversation because their goal is not to convince through rational argument, but rather to disconcert and intimidate. And should you ever press them too severely on a particular question or in a particular line of reasoning, they will abruptly end the discussion and in some way or another indicate the time for talking has passed. They like playing with words, and it's that play that makes them strong. Have you noticed a particular playfulness amongst the alt-right online over the past 4 or 5 years? Have you noticed that the self-seriousness doesn't seem to work very well in their favor? When people get self-serious about ethno-nationalism, they tend to be dogpiled online. Even in right-leaning spaces, they tend not to be taken especially seriously. But when it's all done in this veneer of, parody and satire, this like, like this Count Dankula thing. What did Count Dankula tweet today? It was in response to the Twitter thing where the Twitter check marks got hacked and they said, if you donate me $5, I'll donate you back 10 over Bitcoin. He said something like, if you do one hate crime, I'll do 2 or something like that. It was very funny like that, I know. It's scathing comedy. And all the people in the response to that tweet were just being overtly racist. Many of them weren't even like making jokes. It was just racism. Of course, any of these people would rush to defend the comedic value of something which is clearly not intended as a joke, because none of them care about humor, and they care very much about defending these racist comments. But I think it's evident to the fact that They can get away with that because it's that lack of self-seriousness that gives them that protection. To sincerely defend a position is to open yourself up to sincere critique. See what happened with Stryker and Allsop when they debated Destiny and I? That was not a smart move on their part, because any legitimate attempt to defend the principles they believe in will, at least against competent rhetoricians, always go poorly for them. But how did I do the first time I talked with Sargon, when he didn't take much of the discussion very seriously and just looked to sort of irritate me, which he succeeded in doing? Or in the Count Dankula discussion, where victory was essentially impossible because he was unwilling to engage with any discourse on like the inductive reasoning behind determining a person's thought processes. Well, in those conversations, both of them, I didn't look especially great. Irony is a shield, like Chained Dog in chat just said. Irony is the most effective shield for them. And this is why I say, and I will always say, these people despise humor. To them, humor is just a vehicle for delivering political opinions. It doesn't have any value into of itself. I love edgy humor on its own. I've even laughed at some pretty dicey jokes myself. And even if a joke is just problematic, like even if it's just racist or just sexist or what have you, and I can look at it and think like, oh, okay, well, this is obviously a problem. This is obviously an issue. I can still appreciate the comedic value. And I think that's important. I think it's important for even left-leaning people to be able to do that. It's essential to understanding the mindset of people who disagree with you, that you can relate, if nothing else, to the comedy behind it. I've laughed at some of the stuff Nick Fuentes has said. I think Nick Fuentes is actually a really funny guy when he's not being a Nazi. I can laugh at those jokes because I like comedy. To me, comedy is an art form, and I'm being very serious right now. So if the people on my website chat could pay attention for a moment instead of spamming emotes, I would appreciate it tremendously. Comedy is an art form. The ability to make people laugh is very important. Very, very important. Historically, culturally, it means a lot. And it means a lot to me too. And I can appreciate that even if I don't agree politically with the people who are making those jokes. But people who hate comedy, people who don't care about comedy, will use its carcass as a vehicle to Trojan horse in their own political opinions. Why do you think so many of the people who got started on like Gamergate games journalism shit ended up being full-on anti-feminist like fascists just a few years down the line? You push it in through the humor, the anti-SJW cringe compilations. You make fun of these hyperbolic straw men of your opponents so often that your image of what the actual discourse is blurs. You can't engage with it anymore. And you push that line down far enough, and eventually, there's not really a distinction between positions you seriously believe and positions you unseriously believe. I think Innuendo Studios did a really good video on this about the standard like 4chan user. And I believe this sincerely. If there was a way to plug into the mind of the average like pull dipshit, and they say something horrible. Go to poll, they're saying lots of wacky stuff. If I could plug into their mind and ask them directly, do you believe what you just said? I genuinely don't think they would know. For the most part, I genuinely don't think they would know. I think sometimes they would know one way or another, but I think for the most part, I think genuinely, yeah, it's irony poisoning. And I don't know if there's any way to do this culturally. I think one of the most important things we can do for both comedy and politics is to remove both of them. The idea that a person should be a political agent while never seriously holding a position, while only making jokes about the positions they hold, while never actually being willing to adopt and defend a position. I'm beginning to think that politics and humor, when used in that way, are as inimicably dangerous towards one another as like I don't know, I don't know, hierarchy in the state. Like, it's something like that, I You have people like J-Reg, and I like J-Reg, I think. I liked J-Reg's most recent video. Wait, hold on. No, Vosh, don't stop being funny, please. Here's the difference. I do make jokes all the time. Ask me what I believe in. I will be as serious as I can be. I will make jokes, but the jokes will never lay any doubt as to what my actual positions are. And that's the difference. I'm happy to make jokes, but I don't use jokes as a way of escaping the consequences for my actual beliefs. And I think that's what we need to do. I think we need, as a culture, as a society, I think we need to fight back against irony poisoning when it comes to the delivery of political jokes. And for no other reason, because this will always disproportionately benefit the right. Conservatives' positions are legitimately fucking brain dead. There's a reason why they need humor, a lack of self-seriousness, and irony poisoning to push it. There's a reason why they don't just come straight up and argue their positions. It's only through, the perpetuation of bad faith argumentative tactics that they're able to get anyone over to their position. Kind of like how the more dipshitty religious beliefs are usually, you have to have them drilled into you as a kid, And they know that, too. You go to those fucking Christian youth organizations, they know goddamn well they sink your hooks into you young, and that's the most likely chance of you dying and, still being a person of faith. And whatever your positions on religion, that is most certainly a thing they deliberately pursue. And political agents do that as well. Steve Bannon actually talked about how he would find online communities that were full of lonely reactionary white boys, and those were the ones he would try to fill with like alt-right propaganda. Those are the ones he would try to pull over, and he got a lot of those Gamergate people too. This person worked for the Trump administration. He openly talked about radicalizing young incel dudes, basically. It's one of the things that the right has up on us, in many ways. The right is willing to groom children. I'm very comfortable using that term for what these people are doing. The way these Stormfront types will go into incel forums and massage them, bring them over to the right. It's disgusting. And with the irony poisoning. So, yeah. Again, jokes are fine. I will always hold by any position. Even I make jokes about political violence sometimes. I'll say like, in Minecraft. But if a person asks me, and this has happened many times, if a person asks me what your positions are on political violence, I'll always answer immediately and completely honestly. I have never maintained at any point during my stream, even a facsimile of doubt as to what I actually believe in politically. Weren't we talking about Trump? Oh, yeah. Oh, here. Yeah, one other fucking thing. Yeah. So there's a new head to the USPS, the United States Postal Service. Despite the new head's private business only being worth about $70 million, this person received was it 7 million? I forget the ratio, but this person received PPP funds equal to about 10 times the total worth of their business. And now they're the head of the USPS. So they essentially got if you owned a business that was worth $1 million, they got 10 million. And now they're the head of the USPS. Was it 700 million? It was 700 million, yeah. So their business was worth about 70 million. They just got nearly $1 billion in loans from the government, And now they're the head of the USPS. And at the request of the Trump administration, it seems, with all this hubbub about mail-in voting, the USPS is slowing down its services. Open electoral interference, no shame about it. Literally, a private businessman will just take $1 billion from the government, literally a bribe, and then just assume one of the most powerful roles, of the federal auspices, and then commit electoral interference by slowing down mail to make mail-in voting less effective. Man. In any reasonable, I'm comfortable. In any reasonable, we can only hope, white nervosum. In any reasonable country, what the Trump administration and the associates of the Trump administration have done, I would consider these things treason. I feel comfortable in that respect. Here's a term you probably haven't heard that much because we don't practice it, okay? One of the most essential components to a functioning democracy is forbearance. Forbearance means that when your people are in charge, you don't then fuck the system to stack the deck the next time around. That's forbearance. You withhold yourself, essentially. And it's important because there is no way, to my knowledge at least, there is no way to completely ensure that neither or any of the political parties can interfere with one another's electoral odds. It's not possible. There has to be like a good faith engagement. And while the Republican Party has never engaged in forbearance to the same extent as the Democratic Party, what the Republican Party has done under Trump, I think, exceeds the degree of revoking forbearance to the extent that I would consider it essentially treasonous, a deliberate subversion of the democratic process. I do think they should all be arrested. Does that sound like a Libby take? I mean, how can this leave aside the political, chicanery? Do these crimes not deserve impeachment? I think they I can't. I just can't fathom living in a country with a state, that has a president, and then being able to do this, and then they get to walk. I just can't fathom it. And the difference is when they say all this shit about like Obama or whatever, they have to invent some crazy conspiracy. We're talking about stuff the administration just openly does. The standards are not the same. This is a squad W moment, my friends. There's very, very much an imbalance between the expectations set for both parties. It's very unfortunate. Sorry I can't hold the phone straight. I can only hold it out so far, Anyway, it's unfortunate. I stand by this. I'm with Chomsky on this one. The Republican Party of the United States is the most dangerous terroristic organization currently on the face of the planet, and their utter annihilation is basically our only hope to having like a functional civil society. I don't know if there's some sort of like legal precedent for disbanding a party if they engage in a certain threshold of corruption. I would imagine there's not. That sounds like a pretty, like edge case, but we are entering very much into choppy waters. We are. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for the $100. I'll try to take a look at some of the donos in a second. We are very much sailing into choppy waters. A cloud bank is approaching. The greatest challenge of our upcoming political lives, assuming that most of you are young and not all going to die soon. Well, you can die soon and be young, actually. So hopefully you don't. The greatest challenge of our political lives from this point forward is going to be fixing our democratic processes. I think that's more important than any other issue we have in the books right now, apart from global warming, probably. If I could melt down Black Lives Matter, the trans rights movement, the LGBT movement, all the pride parades, all of that together into like a solid brick of political effectiveness and like forge it into a functional democratic process, I think everything else could be fixed downstream of that. If we have a functioning democracy, we win. We will always win, and that's why the Republicans try so hard to fuck with that process. I think everything can flow downstream from that. If the will of the people is truly represented, and I know that's such a Libby thing, like West Wing talk, but I believe in democracy. I believe in the power of democracy. I've always believed in the power of democracy, and as much as I hate this godforsaken country, this country still has a functioning democracy. Actually, it functions a little bit too well in the sense that it's very difficult for us to do something without the aid of the electoral mandate. It functions in the sense that what gets voted for tends to happen, but it is non-functional in the sense that systems conspire to make it such that certain things are voted for over others. Is it truly democratic to live in a system with perfect representative democracy, but aggressive propaganda campaigns that keep people from voting for what's in their best interest? Is that democracy? Another thing with which I agree on Chomsky, the greatest threat to our democracy isn't the actual process being broken, it's the systems of propagandizing and ideology that interfere with our ability to understand what is in our best interest. That's something that affects us sometimes as well. How many of you used to be Bernie or Busters? How many of you became Bernie or Busters because you were falling into an ideological tendency disseminated by certain, admittedly, obscure, but nonetheless influential far left media figures? I know at least some of you were. You don't all have to lie to me. It's a difficult process. Thoughts on cultural appropriation? Cultural appropriation is not a good or a bad thing. It's neutral. It can be good or bad depending on the context. Lindsay Ellis has a good video on the subject, I think. Just about as good a video as you can ever find on the subject, I think. Anyway, we have a very difficult road ahead of us. Is this a Kyle Kulinski call out? I mean, yeah, you can interpret it that way. Kyle Kulinski is not the only person who did this. I mean, Angie Speaks has also done this. Peter Coffin has also done this. Jimmy Dore does this constantly. I'm pretty sure that Crystal Ball is also engaged in some pretty aggressive Bernie or busting. Yeah, they're it's fine. And the people who've done that know that they're on my shit list, or at the very least that I'm openly critical of them. I don't really hide my antagonism. I used to believe that left unity in and of itself. Oh, I'll be done soon, Hyena. Or Hyena, you can come in here. I take that back. Yeah, it'd be fun. What was I saying? Fuck, my train of thought got ruined. Left unity, that's right. My issue is right unity is very effective if what you want is more whites, less blacks, less browns, stronger men, weaker women, more babies, easier sex from women. Rape is kind of a problem, but not much of a problem. Feminism isn't needed anymore. If you all these positions together, pretty much everyone on the right works together towards meeting the ends of those goals very effectively. Hey, come in.
Can I wear the cum swap shirt on YouTube?
I didn't think either. No, wait, I'm just showing me. Did you want to come in here? Next to me?
Well, what did you think I meant?
Oh, I didn't. I can scoot to make room for you. There's just not much room in the corner that I've dug out.
Wait, what did you think I meant, though?
To sit on the other side and just talk?
Oh, I can, but I just mean, if I show up on stream, is that shirt okay?
That shirt's okay, yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'll put it
on. I can scoot. There's not much room here. What was I saying? She's going to be mad. I'm ending stream soon. What was I saying? Leftist unity, that's right. When the right works together, it feels like they're working towards a very strong common goal. You just hate minority groups. It's really easy, But with the left, I don't think left unity does the same things right unity does. Do you guys get that feeling? It's not just that left people argue more. I feel like left people have fundamentally incompatible views very often with regards to what needs to be done to move forward, even incrementally. There are people on the left who refuse to engage in the electoral process. Nobody on the right's that stupid. Even the craziest fucking far-right white nationalists will still go ahead and vote for Trump, and it's good for them that they do. It works for them that they do. Yeah, and then you have tankies, and it's well, are tankies really leftists? I don't know. I've talked to a lot of people I would call tankies, and I don't know. They really seem more like fascists to me. Caleb Maupin is openly sat next to fascists and Nazis and Nazguls and agreed on how international globalists are destroying. He's talked about how degeneracy is an issue amongst the left. He's talked about how I think he literally 2 days ago had an interview with the TERF. And they tried to frame trans ideology as anti-Marxist because Marxism is about material identity or material reality, and transness is about identity reality. It was something well, this is more Hegelian because this is more the idea, or the point is the material reality dictates the world. The implication being the material reality of your gigantic hairy cock and balls. dictates your gender. It was really weird, very interesting. Also, that's not what Marxism is. It's not actually what Marxism means. Let me tell you folks, okay? There is literally nothing mutually exclusive about Marxism and trans people, like trans men being men and trans women being women. There's absolutely none. It's a complete misunderstanding of how that works. I feel like nobody really understands how material analysis works, which is funny because it's incredibly easy to understand. How do you reconcile materialist theory with anarchism? Marxism is so useful an analytical tool that it got extrapolated into critical theory, which is one of the foundational principles of sociological analysis. Marxism is so powerful that he has truly infiltrated the sociology departments because he literally, like, examining social relations through the measurement, through the engagement of different power dynamics in their groups. It's like it's so genius, you know. It's so much better, at least for me, than structural functionalism or symbolic interactionism. What are we, fucking hippies? Jesus Christ, interpersonal analysis? Fuck out of here. No, structural functionalism is deeply liberal. You know, society functions as it does. Like, why do all these parts do what they do? And that's it. It's not prescriptive at all. It doesn't really look at... So you could, like, a structural functionalist could analyze slavery and not come out with any discourse, could not come out with any analysis on the moral component, or not necessarily of the moral component, but of the imbalance present in that economic relation. Or critical theory is all about measuring the power dynamics between different groups and their relations and what have you. Anarchism does the exact same thing. Anarchism is all about understanding the interactions and relationships between
It's so much less hot in here.
different... Yeah, well, we'll fix that. Different power groups. The main difference, as I understand it, between anarchism and Marxism in the practical sense, when it comes to analyzing different social relations, is that Marxists tend to use class in a strictly class sense, you know, bourgeois and proletariat and lumpen proletariat and what have you. And anarchists tend to use it in a more...
Oh no, well, we're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In a more ubiquitous sense, where classes more sociologically refer to like a broader, range. Like for instance, like class could be like gay, straight. Like those are classes of people, and sociologists tend to use those definitions as well. What do you think of Biden's climate change plan? I mean, it's fucking better than what he was offering before.
Hello.
There we go.
You can kind of see my... Yeah, I kind of gave myself bangs. I think I said it on Twitter. But look. Not like that, of course. But hello, chat. You're in front of me as well.
Yes, now we can both see.
Why? Well, I wanted to cut my hair.
And truly appreciate how much taller I am than you from this angle.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, chat.
It does hurt my hand to hold it at an angle like that, unless you let them like weigh in. Yeah.
I'll lean in as is.
Yeah.
You've been talking about theory. I don't have anything to say. You taught me everything I know about theory, so.
Yeah, just jerk me off
Which
here
is
to
nothing.
violate YouTube. Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Sociological theory, not like leftist theory. Dude, sociological...
Well, it is kind of leftist theory in a way, a lot of it, but...
Sociology, I think, is probably the most leftist, or at least the most compatible with leftism of the academic disciplines. It's very useful. Very, very useful. That's it? That's what you leaned in for the nod?
Yeah.
All right.
It is pretty useful. It can be applied to, like, everything.
Yeah.
So, like...
It's
yes,
called
I can.
sociological imagination is the term. That's the most useful thing you can have. I wish everyone had this. It's insane. If you ask most people, like, why things are the way they are, they won't have an answer for you. They'll give you a just cause answer. They'll give you conjecture. You know, they'll give you they'll pause for a second. They'll go, well,
Oh yeah,
and
hi, Sean. Hi. I hope you're well.
and they'll quickly like race to think of a justification. But people don't actually think about it, which is really unfortunate because I think...
And Conyer.
What?
I said and Conyer.
What? And Kanye what?
They're in chat.
Oh. Jesus.
You're not going to be able to have like a... That's what I was saying. I'll let you finish your theory talk, but I'm here for the memes.
Okay, yeah, all right. Hold on. All right, we're doing questions. YouTube chat, give me questions. All right.
YouTube chat?
Yeah, just this once, because it shows up on my... Yeah, it shows up on my phone, yeah. Also, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, donate, ring the bell. You all need to ring the fucking bell.
5,000 viewers right now.
You need to ring the fucking bell. I saw only 15% of my viewers have rung the bell. You all fucking disgust me. You pieces of shit. You fucking degenerates. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you.
Yeah, let me.
Why'd you ruin this chat by getting so popular? Hey, listen.
Right?
I did it for fun, okay?
And YouTube.
I rang the bell. Yeah, ring that goddamn bell, okay? Not that it does anything, honestly, but I just want the percentage to go up. What's my knowledge in the Canadian political system? Jack shit. I'm just looking for questions from v.gg and from YouTube chat right now, okay? I'm looking out. I'm peeping. Have I heard of Albert Camus? Of course I've heard of Camus. Any thoughts on the Mexican visit? Mexican visit? Have you seen federal agents are disappearing people in Portland? That makes sense. If you're a leftist, honestly, just never go to Portland, okay? That place has been completely fucking taken over by far-righters. Yeah, that's a fucking Nazi hub right there.
Don't fucking go there.
Tell us your full opinion on the Second Amendment. Second Amendment's important. I think every individual citizen should have the right to secure their own slice of the pie when it comes to political violence. What do you think of Nick Cannon? Oh, we're talking about this. Are you... All right.
I live in Portland. Get out, triangle.
All right. Listen the fuck up, okay? I'm tired of this, okay? I'm tired of holding... This is... You know what they say? This is white fragility. As in the social status of white people is so fragile in modern fucking leftist circles that even speaking out on this issue is enough to shatter your public reputation, okay? We're talking about this, okay? Are you ready for it? Okay? I'm coming out and I'm... Nice. I'm coming out and I'm proud on this one, okay? Are you ready for it? You're not ready for it.
What?
Being a Nazi is bad even when you're black.
I don't want to have this. I don't want to be here for this black nationalism.
You can leave. Nope, you can leave.
I was here to have fun with you.
You can... I'm terribly sorry. Did we write an itinerary for
No,
this?
but did you have a solid plan? No.
No, and somebody asked about Nick Cannon.
Who's Nick Cannon?
Well... All right, listen the fuck up, okay? I'm tired of pretending that this...
Can I smoke weed?
Sure.
Okay.
I've smoked weed on stream before.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Nice.
You better not interrupt me again. I gotta go on a fucking roll. Nick Cannon's a Nazi now? I mean, I don't know. Nick Cannon has talked about the genetic inferiority of white people and how Jews are responsible for a great deal of harm across the world. I mean, listen, technically not a Nazi because, again, Nazis weren't exactly, fond of black supremacy over whites, but the reverse Nazi, an inverse Nazi. You're gonna fuck with I thought you were gonna get up.
Oh, no.
You're just gonna fuck with the audio?
Oh, no.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Shut up, don't say it. I just forgot. Shh.
You already high?
Up. No, I wasn't.
Jesus. All right, what did I say? Oh, yeah.
Cannon.
Okay, me. Okay, this is why I don't stream with other people. Jesus Christ.
It's better.
Close the window, the dog's barking.
Yeah.
You can't smoke.
Okay.
You had your window, now you can't.
Okay.
Ugh. I'd be a great showrunner. I'd just yell at all my fucking co-hosts. Okay. I could be like, dude, imagine if I was like Steven Crowder and I had a bunch of simps sitting in the studio with me, and instead of them laughing at my jokes, anytime they spoke up, I would just scream at them until they shut up. That would be a good fucking show. I would just legitimately ramble for like 4.5 hours on a given subject, occasionally asking them what they thought about something, allowing a few words of appraisal, then getting back to it. If any of them jumped in...
That's what you do in chat. That's what you do with chat when you interact with
people. Yeah, but imagine if they were real people and you could cut to their cams and see their look of disappointment. I'd pay them well, of course, but... Anyway, listen up. Okay, we need to talk about some real-ass shit, okay? So first of all, anything that I say on this is going to get the exact same fucking collection of dipshits on Twitter saying that I'm a super top secret white supremacist, white nationalist, colonizer, all white, all lives matter, white fragile bitch boy. Okay, it doesn't matter what, like, to these people, there are legitimately people on Twitter who, no matter what you say on this issue or how you phrase it, like, just being white to them like gives them full permission to completely delegitimize your positions. Okay, thankfully I am not white. I am actually Hibernian. Okay, so I can actually take this like in full stride. Listen up, okay? This Luis Farrakhan Nation of Islam fucking black supremacy shit is getting to be a real fucking issue. The Nation of Islam does this, okay? The Nation of Islam will actively reach out to celebrities who are black or people who are black who are in positions of power and try to move their fucking dumb ass, because celebrities are stupid as fuck. Try to move their dumb asses over. Yeah, it's Scientology, but for like black
No, I was just thinking
supremacy.
about, like, Tom
No,
Cruise
it's
and
literally
Scientology.
Scientology.
No, I know, but I was making that comparison. Like, Tom Cruise is stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
and he promoted Scientology.
It's an extremist brand that a brand managers like Luis Farrakhan push onto people in power so they can extract benefits from association with those people in power. Remember when Kanye West said something nice about Luis Farrakhan? Luis Farrakhan, just so you guys know, is literally a Nazi, except black. Everything you think about the Nazis, except black. Remember when I debated Stryker and Allsop and they kept throwing up Luis Farrakhan as like a shining symbol of the best blacks can be? There's a reason why Nazis get along with Luis Farrakhan all the time. They love Luis Farrakhan. He wants everything they want. They're identical. They agree Jews are the problem. The blacks want the blacks out and the whites want the blacks out. They work together. It's phenomenal. Fantastic, you know? Who said in multiculturalism, couldn't work? Listen, this is an actual issue, okay? We need to stop, because I saw people on Twitter like, God, this is so weird. I saw people on Twitter who I'm positive are not Nation of Islam Nazi types defending Nick Cannon. Like, well, white people are a problem. Aren't Jews like kind of in positions of power?
Twitter?
But
Was he saying this on Twitter?
Yeah, I forget. Yeah. But I saw people on Twitter saying this, but these weren't like alt-right accounts or anything like that, and these weren't like hyper woke like Nation of Islam accounts either. These were people who had been duped into supporting a person espousing Nazi positions because they were doing so from a minority position. Can you nuke everyone who's read?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. So as I was saying,
I'll free it eventually.
Yeah. Can we? I hope my community can agree, generally speaking, that the color of your skin doesn't really matter when you're promoting like supremacist values and like anti-Semitism and stuff like that. And one of the issues I have is that there are a lot of really fucked up positions you can be led down when you're taught that it's okay to bully majority power groups. Hey, you want to hear a real fucking meme? I bet you 98% of the TERFs on fucking Britbonger Island got to where they are because they were led to believe that men are just like violent monsters that need to be kept in cages. I guarantee you a fuck ton of TERFs around today, 5 years ago, were on Tumblr making comments about how, like men need to just be kept in cages, like, like fuck them. And the thing is, if you ascribe essentialist positions to people you dislike, even if they're a majority power group, that shit can come around in really negative ways. If you believe that men are just like danger and violent trash and like women should be all like, what if we just had like a woman island? Wouldn't that be great? Why wouldn't you be a TERF? Why wouldn't you think trans women are men? Like, why would you? That's a completely essentialist position. Why would you not immediately jump to that? That's a logical conclusion.
Oh, I trapped Liz.
Ah, well.
I got her.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, sorry.
You recognize that, right? YouTube chat. You all have an IQ. Well, you agree with this, right? This makes sense to you, correct? When you normalize hatred, even against majority power groups, this comes around in bad ways. Now, I want to be super clear. Stop. I want to be super clear, okay? All right? I want to be perfectly clear. Supremacy against black people is far worse than supremacy against white people, just as a matter of consequentialist outcome, simply because majority power groups are going to have way more power to like affect that sort of marginalization than minority power groups. There is a huge difference between white on black racism and black on white racism, okay? The point I'm trying to make is I think we should discourage both. And I mean real, like, bigotry here. If you're black and occasionally you're making, like, whatever, fucking crackers, like, you're hanging out with your mates or whatever, and you make, like, jokes and people are like, I don't fucking care about that, okay? But we're at a really weird point when people who are normally posing themselves as anti-racist are unironically supporting Nazi talking points because they came from a black guy. And it's the exact same thing I see with well-meaning but kind of like behind the times like feminists supporting far-right turf positions because they're being led like on these like we need to protect women's spaces positions. It's the exact same path that I see get taken with regards to people being racist against like black and Hispanic people when as a part of this like fragile white woman trope, you know, like we need to protect women, like we need to support women in like their crusade against sexual violence and harassment and what have you, and then this gets co-opted in arguments against minority groups because they're the ones who are always accused of raping to white women, you know. The point is like the any type of supremacist position, anything stupid and wrong like that can be twisted to end up servicing legitimately harmful groups. And the Luis Farrakhan types, the legit fucking black separatist, like neo-Nazi anti-Semitites, these people are dangerous. They're not good. These people were able to get a word in with Kanye fucking West, with Nick Cannon. These people, they have claimed Ice Cube. Do you want to live in a world where like there's a 30% chance that any given black celebrity will be moved over towards being a Nazi because we're afraid of accusing people of having bad positions because they're framing it in this like woke anti-whiteness? I certainly don't. I think that's a little patronizing to people of color personally, you know, that they can do and believe stuff like that, and we're too afraid to criticize them, so we leave our hands up in the air. I think that's a little bit frustrating. I would like to believe that people of all races can unite against positions of supremacy, but you know.
Why are you guys counting? I thought we outlawed that.
Don't.
Do I need to individually ban?
Don't give them attention. Don't give them attention. That's what they want.
I'm gonna mute you counters.
You've given them attention.
Okay, I'll mute them. Cool. If they give into the attention, all right. I'm nuking 20. Nuking 1 through 26.
Nuke everyone?
Enjoy.
No, nuke everyone.
Oh, I can nuke 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nuke 1. There we go. Yeah, because a lot of them got caught by the 2 nuke as well. Now the chat will be better.
Yes.
It better be better. Oh my goodness. My goodness, such kindness. Anyway, yeah, I look forward to being accused on Twitter of being like a white supremacist, whatever for that. But God, it's so frustrating, dude. Is it so hard to just say like bigotry is bad no matter where it comes from? Is that like a difficult thing to believe? I feel like a lot of people think that inherently entails some sort of like enlightened centrist all lives matter stuff. Like I'm making the claim that like, well, white on black racism is bad, but black on white racism is also bad. The issue is, I've been fighting against racism the entire history of my channel. What position of anti-racism do I have to come from for people to assume that I'm talking about this in good faith? You know? Like what? Yeah?
Yeah.
You're distracting me.
I wanted to hang out. Yeah. I didn't think we'd be like... I didn't think you'd just be
you didn't think I would act exactly the same way I do every other stream?
No, you're chiller.
That is not true. Usually you bring Artemy, but Artemy's for the dono breaks. But if you brought Artemy during an actual segment, yeah, I would be annoyed. This is totally consistent.
What does that have to do with Artemy?
Because that's your engagement with the stream. Usually, you bring Artemy.
Oh yeah, well they miss when I used to make noise.
Yeah, I know. We'll get it. We'll bet when we move the room. We'll get it better.
Yeah, I'll sneak in more.
We'll set up a little mini kitchen next to my desk so you can a little chair with some pots and pans.
Yeah. Oh no, we need to get a what is it? Those little the baby kitchens, the like kid kitchens.
Yeah.
And I have like Artemy and the other kitten Thrash in them.
Oh
and that'll be Clan Gang.
Oh yeah. Little baby play set.
I wanted to show them my shirt.
Well, they can see your shirt.
Look. Do you like my definitely safe for work shirt? Because I'm proud of it personally.
It's just mayonnaise.
Yeah. Anyway, it's from Four Eyes.
Four Eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I is how it's spelled.
Right. Yeah, it's actually worse with mayonnaise than it is with nut, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just just swapping what's another gross thing? That's white.
Someone just tried to rehab me.
Well, there you go. All right. Anyway, listen up, folks. Don't be a bigot, even if you're black or a woman or whatever. Okay, it's not good. Don't do that. Okay. We're good? Okay, we're good. All right, cool.
Oh, I have a story. Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so speaking of my Coomer shirt, I have a couple, but...
You're having such a serious political... You did not warn me that you would just be coming in here to like fucking... Yeah, okay, go for it.
I have a shirt that's a really nice illustration of an orgy of femme people. So it's like a woman orgy, whatever you want to say. And Vosh's mom did my laundry once. And she came into the room and was like, Ian, is this yours? Holding up my orgy shirt. And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, okay. I love your mom, dude.
It's fine with you wearing it. Just
yeah, exactly. It was funny as fuck.
Some
Squad W, unironically.
Unironically, Squad W.
You like my laugh? Yes. It has been compared to a car failing to start and an old man. I do like that.
They are so mean about my name, by the way.
Ian?
Yeah, because last stream, I said my name was Ian. Something came up, and people were like, I can't subscribe to you if your name is Ian.
Why?
Like, they're mean.
Name. Ian. Yeah.
It's mean. They're mean to me.
Why are you mean?
Oh, by the way, speaking of like horseshoe theory,
Dylan, hi.
I saw a prominent woke scoldy type on Twitter the other day. Somebody made a comment like, hey, we probably shouldn't be like racist against white people unironically. And the person quote tweeted it and they were like, oh yeah, I was so racist against white cis men that I went ahead and dated one. Unironically gave like the I have black friends response. It's funny. I feel like, you know how we make fun of conservatives for saying stuff like I have black friends? I feel like most lefties would do the exact same thing if there was some contextual like defense where that was appropriate. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's sometimes okay to say in the way, not I have black friends, but in the like I've been around this type of person. But it's hard to say that without sounding like a fucking
But
idiot.
not as an argument against
no,
you being a bigot. Like,
no, just you being like, oh, I'm familiar with it. No, not an argument of you being a bigot, but
yeah, no. Well,
like if you're like, I'm familiar with these people's struggle. A lot of my friends are queer, or a lot of my friends are black.
Yeah. Well, that's a completely different thing. The I have black friends.
Just saying.
The I have black friends argument isn't I have black friends, so I'm a little familiar with their cooking. It's I have black friends, therefore I can't be racist.
I'm just saying, like, you can say I have black friends and not sound like a fucking idiot.
You can't say it.
Well, no, you can't say those words.
Because you don't have any black friends.
I do have black friends.
Untrue.
I hate you.
All right. Wait. Help me.
Help me. I hate you. You know what? No, okay, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
You're gonna say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
You can't say it on YouTube.
No, not that. Okay. Okay, I'll say it, but you guys have to attribute good faith to the statement. Okay? No, never mind. I can't do it.
You're not accustomed to dropping hot takes like that.
I was gonna say.
Keep in mind, you can listen. I can get canceled over and over and keep bouncing back. You have one.
I was gonna say.
One shot.
I have one step above black friends. No, I can't say it. I can't say it.
Wait, like super black?
No, I was gonna say I have a black brother, but that was it. Yeah.
That's not a hot take. Wait, listen.
No, I wasn't saying it was gonna be a hot take. I didn't want to be canceled for saying it unironically. Anyway.
I could have come up with a way hotter take than that.
That wasn't supposed to be a hot take. I just didn't want it to be. Anyway, I keep my online presence clean, except For my Discord logs, probably. I think that's probably about it. But even then, I don't make any, like, problematic jokes. Anyway.
I live stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's for a living.
That's your mistake.
It's my job. It's what I do. It's honest work. It is much, but it is honest work.
You want my strain? I'm not even high. I'm just goofing.
I love you too, Own Brand Cola. Is accelerationism wrong? Accelerationism, I'm in favor of economic accelerationism, but not political accelerationism. Essentially, vote for the best candidate, but when it comes to the economy, if you want to do shit to make that fucking roller coaster ride bumpier, go for it. Because I think that gives us a better vantage point for building power. I'm really excited for you guys to see the new studio. Once we get it set up, I still need to get a new desk. We're probably just going to get it and assemble it same day. The computer upgrades are going to take a little bit longer, but we're going to put it all together. Sneak peek? No. It's all great. I don't know.
No, it's a mess.
Yeah, no, it's a mess.
Everything's everywhere.
Yeah, we need to get that together.
Do you have an Instagram?
No, I do not have an Instagram.
I do, but I don't ever use it.
Read your super chats. Huck, at the beginning of this stream, I warned people that I probably wouldn't be able to respond to any of the super chats, and I have every intention of following through on that promise. That said, things have been going on for a little over an hour now, and I do have a lot more work that I need to do, so I'm going to read. I just, by the way, I just want to say, I think we capped at 5.7 thousand.
Yeah.
5.7 thousand for an unprompted fucking phone
Shit
stream is
stream.
just incredible. Should I do this tomorrow as well? Is there an interest in this? I'm pretty busy getting work done, but if we can do like an hour a day, I mean, that's probably better than nothing, right? I do love being able to...
okay. Well, there goes chat.
Yeah, chat's good. They really slow down YouTube chat for the purposes of this.
Fine.
Like right now, I know for a fact YouTube chat is probably racing a mile a minute, but it's only showing me one new message like every few
On
seconds.
screen, yeah.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Show baby. I don't actually know where Artemis is right now.
He's somewhere. Here, I'll read out some of the really large donors. I hate to be preferential based on like the actual amount donated, but
they could just like do a Q&A with us instead.
well, I could go over all these donations when I have the computer set up again.
That's also true.
Yeah. Here, hold on. Boop. What if I like it when you call us degens, though? Also thoughts on abolishing goods and services tax. The local socialist parties abolishing the GST and reversing voting age to 16. Not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure how I feel about reducing the voting age to 16. I think I could be argued either way on that. As for abolishing the goods and services tax, well, the goods and services tax, I assume that's sales tax in real English. The sales tax is a fairly regressive tax by its nature because poor people will spend a greater percentage of their income on on like commodity consumption. I could be argued that. I think I would have to like look into data on that because that could be like a very difficult. I would have to read up a lot on that. Seems like a really complicated question. Not necessarily opposed to it. Lawrence Gill with the incredibly kind $100. Thank you. I work at Bath and Body Works. Before we were furloughed, we lied to people and told them we were sold out to cap the amount we sold day to day to stabilize our sales numbers. And I went along with it. How are we supposed to find meaning in our lives in this system? That is the secret, Lawrence Gill. Never try to ascribe any meaning to your bullshit fucking work, okay? Listen, most people in our system will not have the benefit of being able to exert creative control over the place where they work. So I think you shouldn't make an effort. Caring about your work and putting your life and passion and soul into it is a privilege reserved only for the employers who are willing to give you creative control over what you do. If they don't, you shouldn't. You don't owe them that. You can develop a flourishing... If you've watched BoJack Horseman, there's a scene where two characters are at that one restaurant that got bought by Mr. Peanut Butter at some point.
It's Elefante.
Thank you. And one of the waiters, at one point they're talking and they ask the waiter something about waitering. And the waiter says, I don't really know. The conversation goes in some way. And the waiter responds, I don't really know. I don't really define myself by my profession. You know, I have like this band and I go to the club like or something like that. And I think people should be willing to do that. When people ask, what do you do? Your first response shouldn't be your job unless that's the most important part of you. And for most people, it's not going to be. For me, it might be because I do get to exercise some creative control for work because I'm very, very, very lucky. But for most people, I just don't think that's the case. So I would say, whew, there we go. Okay, we're back. I hit the Siri button. I think learn to, I think, not think of yourself as solely a product of the workplace that you're a part of. I'm trying to sound patronizing. And Matthew Bonvillian with $100. Thank you so much. I really wish I could respond to each and every one of you today. But it is literally not possible because most of the super chats have already disappeared off my screen and I can't even access the donations on the website right now.
Could you do that maybe for tomorrow off my computer?
Don't encourage them.
Oh.
Maybe. We'll see. Much love, Vosh. Yes,
Never
maybe they
mind.
will.
We can't do it. I don't know the login.
Okay? You're already breaking your own, gonna be gone for a while stream. Chill if you need to or don't if you don't need to. I spend part of my day asking myself that question. I decide no, I don't ask him. Hey, listen, Matthew Bonvillian, hey, listen, okay? Recarpeting is expensive, okay? These streams are for multi-purpose.
Holy fuck, it's so expensive.
Multi-purpose. No, I just want to talk to you guys. And you know what? I think I'll talk to you guys tomorrow too. I'll go over these donations again next time I have a computer.
Out of sync?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. What do you mean?
It must have been because I hit the Siri button. Okay, apparently I'm desynced. I love you all so much. I'm sorry. I'm sure I look very wacky right now. And we love you, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, best as we can. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. Sean, I love you, and Chad, can't wait to see you when there's not a pandemic. He called you sis.
Huh?
He called you sis.
Oh, I didn't see.
He called you sis.
Are you gonna be gay about this later?
I mean, I like my brother.
I know. I really like Sean.
Wait, does that mean we're siblings?
Sean, you made it incest.
Oof.
Oof.
Love you all.
Oof.
Peace out.
Bye.
How do I end it? 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 How do I end it?
Sean said, aw.
How do I end it?
Oh, it's not done?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Okay.